It's the Pelicans at home for a little interconference action in New Orleans. This is the last stop for the 76ers before returning back to Philadelphia. And, of course, they're still without Anthony Davis.
And that news, Kevin, means this team faces a very tough challenge. His production will be sorely missed in this match.
Let's go. You're in.
Hey, well timed.
For New Orleans, their last game, a loss to Dallas.
And that result was no surprise, Clark, because they played very loose with the ball that night.
Yeah, they were carefree. Footloose and fancy-free with the ball doesn't get it done. And how often do we see it, Steve? The team that loses the turnover battle loses the game.
And a moment happening right now, folks. And Dream, a special individual, taking to the hardwood as we'll get to watch the first official NBA appearance from Clutch. And there is the potential for a... Oh, and what a... feeling it's got to be as we get to see the very first NBA bucket from Clutch.
That's a basket he'll never forget. Guys, the only question now is how many more of them does he have ahead?
I know the answer to that one, Steve. A bunch. And it's not going to take him long to get him either. This guy can score. Well, I tell you what, the post play has been rock solid right off the bat.
Well, that's the key to basketball. Get the ball inside, into the paint, either with a pass or with penetration.
They've been hot here early, dropping them in left and right.
Let's see how long they can keep it going. This is quite a start.
The 76ers trail by 7.
Ryan Anderson, one of the sweetest shooting big men in the league. Deep range with that quick release. Tell you what, at his height, he doesn't need much daylight to get it off.
Here's Richardson. Douglas against Grant. Douglas can't hit.
Had a pretty good look at the basket, but defensively they did a nice job rotating, forcing the miss.
A moment to check in with Doris Burke. Doris?
I was able to catch up with the head coach of the 76ers. Going into this game and scouting the opposition, he told me he's a huge fan of Jrue Holiday, saying, you know, Drew's still a guy with so much potential. You just don't see that many point guards with his kind of frame. 6'4", close to 2 bills, and a great skill set to match. He's a guy you love to watch, but you often hate to go up against. Kevin, we'll see if he can have a big impact in this one.
Thanks again, Doris. Clutch showing no stage fright. He's really making the most of his opportunity. Some changes for New Orleans. Gents is checked in, and it's Cunningham in for Anderson. Then for the 76ers, Sims is checked in, and Nerlens Noel subbed in for Thomas Robinson. Cannon kicks to Grant. He dishes it to Sims. 8 feet away. Blocked.
In terms of rebounding, it's been a sensational opening quarter.
I like sensational. That's a good word for it.
Clutch the pass to Cole. Five on the clock. Drops it in from 11 feet. Cole's got his first basket of the night.
This defense has been way too soft early on. They've got to start playing with some energy.
You know, Steve, do something, anything to throw their shooters out of rhythm is what's got to happen here.
Here's Cannon. He got it up. He knocks it down, but wait a minute. The officials are getting together. They may want to review this one. And indeed, they're going to look at it again. They need to be certain he beat the buzzer.
Well, that clock was expiring just before he shot it, or so it would appear on the replay. In real time, I couldn't really tell whether he got it off in time.
You know, as a player, it's so difficult to know exactly where the clock is. You have an idea of it, and you know you've got to get that shot off. But whether you actually got it off or not, it's tricky. I mean, I think even the player sometimes has a tough time figuring it out.
Well, the ruling is in, and the call stands. No basket, so no change, Clark, and the scoreboard as we end the quarter.
Smart decision to review the shot. That was indeed very close to being legitimate.
Domination in the first quarter. It's been pretty lopsided. Pelicans on top, up by 12. And back in a moment as we'll get underway with quarter number 2.
This Wednesday, January 28th, Ty Lawson and the Denver Nuggets hit the road for a duel with the New Orleans Pelicans. Make sure to catch it.
Well, not exactly a close game so far, but as the second quarter starts here, plenty of time for a comeback. Now, Steve, swap here for New Orleans. And the 76ers making a change here. We've got 1:48 left in the first half.
This New Orleans team is now in their second season as the Pelicans. The name, which was subject to some critique early on, has actually turned out to be nice for the franchise with a new group of players, new ownership, and it fits nicely into creating a new identity.
Anderson with the inside. Tony Douglas out there with Holiday, and it's Clutch in at the 3 spot. So that's the group out there for New Orleans. Roten with it, and Holiday picks him up defensively. Grant dishes to Richardson, and he trims the lead to single digits. Richardson's got 4 this quarter. When you talk about the Pelican mascot, Steve, wingspan, a term that definitely applies to this team and the young Anthony Davis.
Yeah, it's a great name. You know, Davis was last year's leading shot blocker to go with 20 points and 10 boards a game. I mean, this guy is a potential superstar and obviously the key for this club moving forward.
Robinson kicks to Roten. Shot from 16. Embiid, no good.
He's one guy the defense is not afraid to leave open from that range, and for obvious reasons.
Here's Clutch. The rebound by the 76ers trail by 11. Inside, here's Richardson and the powerful one-handed slam.
Nothing fancy there. Didn't need it.
Nope. His only concern right now, Clark, is getting the points on the board, and I don't mean style points.
I like the simplicity.
But there was some style there, Kev. It was a pretty sweet one-handed flush.
Douglas the pass to Clutch. An absolute bomb from three-point range. Clutch has got the lead at 12 now for New Orleans. Here's Roten. 23 points for him the last game against the Grizzlies in Memphis.
He was a factor defensively as well. He blocked 2 shots. I thought he changed several others.
Here's Clutch. Can't get it to go. And so we wrap up the first half. Pelicans lead by 12. And join us right back here after the break for the start of the second half.
Okay, fellas, nice job sticking to the plan in the first half. Now let's widen the gap and get these fans even more fired up. For the most part, we played an intelligent.
And as we welcome you back, we begin. So we see the Pelicans get the win here. They pulled off this win, Clark, with respectable performances on both ends of the floor.
Yeah, I think it was just really a nice overall effort, Kevin.
Thank you.
You did good tonight, Ruck.
Hey, that's what I'm here for, man. Defense, rebounding, filling
Easy,
it up.
bro. Even a blind squirrel finds an acorn every once in a while.
Hold up, player. I see just fine. And based on my stats tonight, I see great.
One game out of many. You got to bring that stuff every night.
Oh, don't worry. I'm going to be here.
I don't doubt it. All I'm saying is it's a long season. Use this as a step, something to build on. Watch the tape. Be a professional. Any playground fool can catch fire one night. It takes a pro to do it consistently. You feel me?
Yeah, I feel you.
Good.
Ladies and gentlemen. Yes, sir.